ego, as outlined by Sigmund Freud and later further developed by Carl Jung, is a part of the psyche concerned with the center of consciousness itself, which contains our sense of personal identity. In other words, the ego is the part of your identity that contains the illusion of the self. It is your sense of worth and your value in comparison to the external world, other people, and reality itself. The ego is vital and necessary and can be used to both our advantage and our detriment. In this video, we're going to explore the ego and how to master it rather than becoming its uninformed slave. But before we get into this video, if you could go down and like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. We need the ego as a fundamental part of our psyche, and it is a byproduct of our propensity to be intensely self-conscious. Self-consciousness facilitates the development of the ego because the ego cannot exist without the acknowledgement of the self. I think, therefore I am. Our perception of ourselves can have a massive impact on how we feel about ourselves and how we act within the world. Show me someone without an ego, and I will show you a loser. It's important to remember that the ego pushes us to strive for things of value because we believe that we are deserving of them. The ego is what will make us relentlessly pursue the achievement of goals that we believe that we can achieve. Without the belief and conviction found within ourselves that can be fostered through the ego, that we can achieve great things, how will we ever go on to pursue great things in hopes of eventual achievement? But the ego, although it resides within us all, can be split into two subsections, and these are the justified ego and the unjustified ego. The unjustified ego is basically based upon an illusion and delusions of grandeur. It lacks heavily in congruency and integrity, which are qualities of the justified ego. Now, the justified ego is an ego founded upon congruency through consistent and dedicated action. It is an ego that has been worked on. It is an ego that has been backed up and supported through action and hard work. The justified ego can be our friend and our ally, whereas the unjustified ego can be our greatest enemy and can severely hinder our progress. But there are times and situations where we must tame the ego, and one situation where this is the case is in trying something new. You cannot expect to be great at it straight away, but you can expect through patience, consistency and discipline to attain formidable ability and acumen in whatever it is that you are doing. The ego has to be tame enough to understand that you are a beginner and you still have much to learn through inquiry and paying attention and being perspicacious. But the ego also has a responsibility to tell you that you can do it if you put the work in. If you put the effort in, if you put the time in, you can become great at whatever it is that you are setting your mind to. I think it's important to distinguish that the ego, if used well, can facilitate our progress, but the ego, if untamed and unjustified, can hold us back and present obstacles for us in the path to developing ability and skill. It can make us think that we are above or too good to go through that long and arduous process that everyone who develops some sort of skill or ability must go through. And this will lead to us not becoming great at anything, as we believe we are above nature's laws for the attainment of greatness itself and mastery and skill and ability. These laws apply to us all, regardless of caste, creed, gender, or any of the other distinctions in which individuals separate themselves. You can become good at anything if you put in the effort. No one is an exception to this, although the ego may try to tell you different. You must have humility when you are a beginner. You must ask questions, you must inquire, learn, and pay attention. In my walks, every man I meet is my superior in some way, and in that I learn from him. I just want to say that if you enjoyed this video, make sure you go down and like and subscribe and turn notifications on while you're there so you never miss any future videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.